to this Magical March live. This is my opportunity to go live every day, well, Monday to Friday, sharing 5 minutes of wisdom, inspiration, hacks, training that's going to support you with creating more magic in your life. And ideally, I am going live on my personal profile and my business page. Yes, I can see I'm there. And as well. This is very, I've never used StreamYard before, so forgive me if, yeah, I'm a little bit all over the place, but I'll get used to it. Okay, so 5 minutes of wisdom. I'm looking at the clock because I do have a habit of talking. So I am going to be sharing this 5 minutes now. Okay, so I'm just making sure that I've got that switched down. Okay, so where do we start with creating magic in our March? We start with ourselves. And you know that I have to start this kind of run of 5 minutes of wisdom with the Akashic records. How can I not start with the Akashic records? We are going to cover lots of topics. We're going to cover pendulum alchemy. I'm going to talk about the dragons. We're going to talk about sleep. We're going to talk about spiritual practices. We're going to talk about lots of things, but I have to start with the Akashic records because it all leads back to the Akashic records. And if we're talking about magic and creating magic in your life, then the Akashic records is the most transformative empowerment tool that you can use in your life. And I am a direct embodiment of that transformation when I connected with the Akashic records. Actually, I was introduced to the Akashic records just by chance, and I had a psychological addiction to alcohol cleared in about 10 seconds with a pendulum and my Akashic records open. So I know firsthand that they create shifts in a matter of seconds. And that is one of the things that creates magic in your life, is having an energetic, karmic, emotional or mental shift that can happen just with a click of the fingers. And that is magic right there. Now, of course, we're not all going to be available for magic shifts just like that, but the Akashic records is a foundational space that empowers you to start to create these shifts for yourself, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual, whether it's karmic, whether it's mental. You get access to a space where you get to learn more about yourself and your soulful aspects, your past lives, your patterns, your behaviors, your habits, the agreements that you have created in other lifetimes, the trauma, the wounding. It all can be looked at, it can be identified, it can be released, it can be healed. And that is why it's such a transformative tool. So that would be always my go-to space to create magic and miracles, in my experience, is to go to the Akashic records. And so this is why I needed to start at this very first, on this very first day of this series of lives. In episode 1 is looking at the Akashic records. I want to talk about how to access the Akashic records, and I've only got a couple of minutes left, so I'm actually going to save that, or save some of that information for tomorrow's episode, because I only want to keep these at 5 minutes, which is a challenge. But I absolutely can, hand on heart, vouch for the Akashic records. And I knew that when I had my own transformational experience, that I needed something so big that my ego was willing to go all in and shift from being 30 years in corporate, that's my background, into running a spiritual business like that. That's quite a big change. It's quite a big transitional shift that brought up a lot of insecurity. It brought up a lot of fear. However, it also opened up a lot of excitement, a lot of potential, a lot of opportunity, and, you know, kind of this new pathway and direction. And that's what the Akashic Records did for me. But it then opened up my my consciousness, I suppose, my self-awareness, and my ability to look at myself without having the mental, my mental capacity constantly trying to override my desire and need and impulse for alcohol. I didn't have the headspace, I didn't have the energetic space for anything else other than to do what I needed to do in work and as a mother and things like that, and a wife, and have that running in the background. I had no other capacity to then look at my own healing journey and work out, how am I going to do a spiritual business, and how am I going to do that whole transition? I didn't have time or space for that. So that needed to go. And I didn't know it needed to go until I was divinely placed into watching a Facebook Live and had answered a question the day before, thinking that I was going to get direction, I was going to get purpose. You know, I'm moving away from corporate. What am I going to do? How can I bring my spiritual aspects, and how can I discover my gifts, my intuition? What am I going to do to serve and support people? I had no idea, absolutely no idea. And it was that defining moment, and I didn't know what the Akashic Records were, that I then got told that I had this master program alcoholism, and it was cleared in 10 seconds with a pendulum. And I felt the switch, that mental switch, go off. And that's what opened up my pathway to then wanting to understand what this realm was and how I could then start to learn to use it. Firstly, to discover more about myself and other things that I needed to heal, because there was quite some significant things that I'd completely blocked out that I didn't realize until I started to use the Akashic Records post that. But also I wanted to be able to support others with transformational shifts, whether that be in their personal lives, whether it be in their business. I wanted to open this space up and be able to support others in that same way. So this is why I am so passionate about the Akashic Records, because I have first-hand experience in what they can do. So for me, my first foundational, kind of episode today, and I've gone over 5 minutes, was to encourage you to start to learn about the Akashic Records. And I will share tomorrow the different access methods, because you may have tried one method and it hasn't worked for you. And it's like, that's not for me. They don't work for me. I can't access them. I don't know how to use them. It's too hard. It's too challenging. So I'm going to start to reveal the easy ways to access your records. So you start to get confidence and you start to feel inspired to use them more. We are going to look at pendulum. We're going to look at other bits and pieces, but I needed to start here because it's the foundational place that I started my journey with. So let me know in the comments. I'm going to have a quick look at the comments. I'm using StreamYard. I've never used StreamYard before. Hi, Lily. Good to see you here. I am also streaming on Instagram, so I can see there's a couple of people watching. Hello, hello, hello. So I will be back on live tomorrow at 6 p.m. for 5 minutes. I've gone slightly over. And I will reveal the access methods that you can use. And I would encourage you to start to try to use them. But I'm going to talk you through a simple process that you can apply to any access method that you can go into your Akashic Records with, so you can go away and practice. You will only gain confidence or try what's best for you through practice. So I want to invite you to do that, and I want to build your confidence in being able to use this cosmic realm, because it is incredible. Okay, hi Sonia, good to see you here. Right, I'm going to go because I am over my 5 minutes, and I promised I would only do 5 minutes. So love and blessings, everybody. That's just a little bit about my Akashic journey connection, how I found the Akashic Records and why I'm so passionate and how they can absolutely create magic in your life. So we're going to talk about more about how to do that tomorrow. So love and blessings. Please do share this amongst your own community if you feel that it would support somebody else in their life as well. Okay, love and blessings, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.